I present to you your queen, Queen Buttercup.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish, filth, slime, muck. Boo! Boo!
One of the globalist, exemplified, celebrated, interns, Klaus Schwab, lap riders, Justin Trudeau, to his face, called out yesterday. We have the panic. You can smell the panic. You can sense the fear here, ladies and gentlemen. They look at videos like this, and by they I mean the elites and the oligarchs who run our country. They see it and they realize they've lost control. This doesn't happen when you have control. This is what causes true panic. Watch.
Criminal! Thank you for everything you did. Look at this friggin' buck tea, bro. Look at this buck tea. Pleasure to see you as well. Hey there, how you doing? Shaking your hand, bro. You're a piece of shit, man. Why is that, sir? You up the entire country. You got our buddy over there.
Yeah, but how did I mess up this country?
Can anybody afford a home in this day? You're charging people carbon tax. You got 9
you know
V8s here idling for 30
Tax?
minutes. Your carbon footprint is increasing. We're getting charged for what?
You know what we're doing?
It's
with
not
the
stopping.
No, we're putting a price on pollution,
right?
And we're returning it to families like
I
yours.
don't think so. You're sending it over to Ukraine, right?
No.
Yeah. You send it over to the guy that you were with that slaughtered his own country.
You've been listening to Putin, have you?
Putin? No. We definitely don't listen to your propaganda, eh? You got propaganda, bro. Piece of shit, man. Dumbass.
Ooh, baby. Straight out of the playbook. Oh, you're listening to Putin. You're a bad man. Says the guy who just cheered for a Nazi and gave him a salute. An actual Nazi. A Waffen SS member. Oh, you're listening to Putin. So this is absolutely creating panic. You're not allowed to threaten the king, right? You're not allowed to threaten the goons that are in charge. This is why the first thing that happened in the American Revolution was the King of England saying, you're not allowed to make cartoons of me. This is a real deal. This is what the First Amendment is based on. You're not allowed to insult me. There were comics and cartoons made of the King of England, and they would make him look silly and fat and dumb. And he didn't like that. And so you would, end up going to jail for that kind of thing. The First Amendment is based on that. And so when you're calling out the globalists to their faces, they don't like that, but it's been happening a lot. Who can forget what happened to Joe Biden when he went to the dark blue island of Hawaii?
Wow, he's finally here. Wow, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Fuck you. You. Hey, right here. You, Joe Biden.
Also, of course, here's how Joe Biden was treated when he went to the dark blue state of New Jersey.
Stay back. You murderer! Killing our kids out there, you murderer! Killing our kids out there! You worthless piece of trash! Murderer!
These people, these oligarchs, they do not like being mocked. They hate it. They do not like being insulted, not to their faces, which is there's never been a greater insult to the face of establishment power than Christmas of 2022. Please enjoy.
That's right.
I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
So when you hear Hillary Clinton talking about how they need to deprogram people, this is why. This is why. No, but like seriously, this is why. They want to deprogram people because the people aren't buying what they're selling, because the people hate them. They don't like their policies. They don't like what they've given to this country, what they've created. We're now seeing the end stages of neoliberalism that has taken root in American society over the last 70 years. It's gender and ideology, identity-based politics. It is corrupt and rotted at its core. It is meant to divide. It is meant to destroy us. And now we are effectively destroying their political careers. That's a beautiful thing to see. People are calling them out to their faces. What a time to be alive. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering exactly how deeply seated the panic has set in, here's Hillary Clinton saying, we must be deprogrammed. You must be deprogrammed from opposing me politically. This is how you know we've won.
And we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
And how do you do that? Because you said you have to defeat them by defeating their leader. Their leader is Donald Trump. Even you have said that you expect him to be the Republican nominee. How does this change at all?
At this point, I think, sadly, he will still likely be the nominee, and we have to defeat him. And we have to defeat those who are the election deniers, as we did in 2020 and 2022. And we have to, just be smarter about how we are trying to empower the right people inside the Republican Party. Nancy Pelosi had a majority of 5 votes when she was Speaker. Kevin McCarthy had a majority of 5 votes. Nancy Pelosi passed consequential legislation. And she clearly had members within her caucus who, ranged across a spectrum of political beliefs and ideology. And she kept everybody together. And she kept everybody focused on the future. Mm-hmm. He couldn't do that. And so he paid a price, but more importantly, the country paid a price.
And so when you see another matchup between potentially Trump and President Biden, what goes through your mind? And particularly, how do you process that this person who defeated you back in 2016 is still at it, given all that you've said? 91 indictments, civil fraud, sexual transgressions according to the courts. How is this still happening?
It's the classic tale of an authoritarian populist who really has a grip on the emotional, psychological needs and desires of a portion of the population. And the base of the Republican Party, for whatever combination of reasons, and it is emotional and psychological, sees in him someone who speaks for them. And they are determined that they will continue to vote for him, attend his rallies, wear his merchandise, because for whatever reason, he and his very negative, nasty form of politics resonates with them. Maybe they don't like migrants. Maybe they don't like gay people or black people or the woman who got the promotion at work they didn't get. Whatever the reason, Make America Great Again was a bid for nostalgia, to return to a place where, people could be in charge of their lives, feel empowered, say what they want, insult whoever came in their way. And that was really attractive to a significant portion of the Republican base. So it is like a cult. And somebody has to break the, break that momentum. And that's why I believe Joe Biden will defeat him. And hopefully then that will be the end and the fever will break. And then Republicans can try to get back to, fighting about issues among themselves and electing people who are at least, responsible and accountable.